Iran has launched dozens of drones towards Israel, Israeli media reported on Saturday night, citing US and Israeli intelligence. Dozens of drones are moving towards Israel over Iraq. Israel's defense minister.
Hello everyone. Today in this video we will be discussing the two arch enemies of Middle East, Iran and Israel. Conflict between the Iran and Israel is leading to fear of escalation in the Middle East. From the beginning of April 2024, both the countries have traded strikes, with Israel hitting the Iranian consulate in Damascus, Syria, and Iran retaliated by launching the strikes towards Israel. This marked the first time both the countries into direct conflict after the 45 years of hostilities. So why Iran and Israel has been arch enemies for so long? Israel was created in 1948. Iran took a fairly neutral stance towards the new state. 1 year earlier, Iran had voted against the partition of Palestine into a Palestinian and Israeli state at the UN. But it was the second Muslim country to recognize Israel in 1950. At that time, Iran was an empire ruled by Muhammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. The United States supported the Shah and even helped him stay in power with a coup d'etat in 1953. From then on, the regime in Iran became pro-American and more favorable to Israel. Meanwhile, Israel was isolated by the Arab countries surrounding it. It began relying on cooperation with Iran. But this Iran-Israel-US alliance did not last. Everything changed in 1979 after months of protest. The Shah was ousted and Ruhollah Khomeini, then returning from exile in France, became the ruler of Iran. He was an Ayatollah, an important member of Shiite clergy, the branch of Islam practiced in Iran. He established the Islamic Republic and made the United States and Israel symbol of a now hated West, his main enemies. He also supported the Palestine cause, so Iran stopped recognizing Israel. Fights between the two countries were suspended and Israeli embassy became the Palestinian embassy. In the 1980s, relations thawed during the Iran-Iraq war against Saddam Hussein. But in 1982, tensions between Iran and Israel rose again. Israel invaded southern Lebanon, where its enemy, Palestinian Liberation Organization, was based. But Lebanon is also home to large Shiite community, the branch of Islam practiced in Iran. Iran was able to rally these Shiite, which led to creation of armed political group Hezbollah, backed by Iran. The group's main goal is the destruction of Israel. This was the start of an indirect conflict between Iran and Israel, which intensified in the 90s with Iran's effort to develop nuclear weapon. Israel, which is assumed to possess its own nuclear weapon, views this as an existential threat. It pressured the international community and from 1995 onwards successfully obtained several waves of sanctions against Iran, severely penalizing the country's economy and society. In the following years, Iran put in place a strategy to gain influence in the region and encircle Israel. They did this by supporting certain regimes and by funding foreign groups like Hamas to maintain an indirect war with Israel. This is what Iran calls the axis of resistance. This network puts pressure on Israel and ensures a rapid response on several fronts if Iran is attacked. Israel has carried out numerous strikes against these groups as well as sabotage and targeted assassinations. But they had been careful to kill a few Iranian nationals as possible in order to avoid a larger confrontation. Now both countries have crossed a threshold on their confrontation. As of now, this is all regarding the Iran and Israel conflict. Thank you.